Good morning. Today I'm going to go over how to register for the AP exams. Registering for the AP exams is a two-part process. You will purchase the test through our total registration website, which is pictured here, and then your student will log on to their College Board account and type in the join codes for their My AP classrooms. I will attach a separate video with how to do that so that your student can go in and verify that they have joined the appropriate AP classrooms. In the emails that I have been sending out to both students and parents, there is an attachment titled AP Testing, and it has the important information in regards to AP testing as far as registration deadline, cost, and it has the link to total registration. Once you are on that website, all of this information sums up what I have summarized on the AP testing document. You'll scroll to the bottom and you or your student will enter the student's email, first name, and last name. If your student has registered for an AP exam or a PSAT in the past, they will already have an account. So when you click Next, you will either get this attention message that shows that they already have an account, or you will be taken to another screen where you'll be able to fill in general information to create an account. So if you already have an account, you'll click Login here. You'll use the email and the password. If your student's not sure of their password, they can click the hyperlink Forgot Your Password. If they do not remember the email they've used in the past, there's another hyperlink for that as well. Once you've logged in, there will be a section for the 2022 AP exam registration, and you'll click on the hyperlink below there. Are you a student at Normal West? This is the first question, so all of you should click yes and move to next. Do you have an existing College Board student account? You would check yes for that one. Once you check yes, another question will pop up asking if you're using the same email address and total registration as for your College Board account. It's okay if the emails are not the same. If they are, you would check yes and you would be able to go to the next step. If not, you would check no, and then you would type in the email that is associated with your student's College Board account. The next portion of the registration information is student demographic information, so you will answer those questions. And when it asks about testing accommodations, such as an IEP or a 504 plan. So this would be if your student receives extended time on testing or in a separate location, you would want to check yes so that I can verify those have been approved through the College Board and we can work on coordinating those testing accommodations. If not, you'll check no. Are you qualified for the federal free or reduced lunch program is the next question. If you are not, you'll just go ahead and check no. If you are, you'll check yes, and then it will send me a notification that I need to approve that. Once I've verified that you or your student is on the federal free or reduced lunch program, I would approve it, and there will be an email generated letting you know that it's time to go in and pay the remaining balance. If you check yes and I do not have proof of your student being on this program, I will be reaching out to you to let you know that unfortunately I can't approve you, and so if there are resources that you need to get back on that list, we can make that happen. Parent information is next, so you'll type in your parents' you or your student will type in parent information. And then the next page is the AP course registration. So all the tests are listed over here on the left-hand side. You will check the boxes for which tests you need to take. If you are taking a test that has multiple sections or multiple teachers, you will want to make sure that you check the correct teacher, or in the case of AP Calculus, that you check the correct hour that you or your student attends that class. Second semester classes are listed on here. We will have a second registration open up in January for second semester classes, and you can go and register for those classes at that point. If you wait to register for any of the full year classes listed here, it's an extra $40 a test, and that's a fee assessed by the College Board. So you can at this point go ahead and register if you or your student is sitting in a second semester class that they would like, and you know that you're going to go ahead and take that AP exam. You can go ahead and register for it now if you'd like, but as I said, it will open up again in mid-January and close because those fees for us are not due until the very beginning of March. Once you've chosen the AP exams that you'll be taking, you'll hit the next button. It will give you an error code if there is a time where you've checked an AP but you have not checked a teacher, even if there's just one teacher. So you'll want to make sure that that kind of helps go back through. You will check that you're taking, because you're in total registration, you are registering to pay for these exams. You're going to want to go ahead and say that you're taking the exam for all of them. Hit next. And then it allows you to make a payment. You can check pay later if you would like to go in and log in at a later time. Maybe the student is doing this right now and doesn't have a method of payment. So they can, and it will allow me to generate emails as a reminder that you need to go in and pay. But then you can also go ahead and make a payment by credit card. This is asking if you'd like to make a donation to our AP Scholarship Fund to help reduce fees for those that are financially disadvantaged. And then when you check the next page, it'll show you in this bright yellow box that your registration is not complete. So it is having you review all of your information, and if something is incorrect, you can hit the edit button and it will take you back to that page so that you can edit what your choices were. And then it will give you a total at the bottom with how much you owe. At the very bottom is credit card information so that you can enter that, and then just that you've read through the refund policy. Once you've paid, you'll hit next. After you have submitted the payment, you should get a confirmation email saying that you have ordered the test and they've been paid. I've had a couple people reach out to me saying that it's telling them their registration might not be complete yet. So I just have them forward me the email, and I've been looking into both total registration and my AP to make sure that I'm seeing their names on both ends. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me, but that is the video on how to purchase the test through total registration. Thanks.